Little update on the winter beater Blazer. It's good for summer too. I did my patented no door trick, pulling these out using hitch pins. I got a video for that. Sunroof is nice in the summertime. I got a couple little gremlins sorted out after the original build, and there's really only like one or two things left to do. One of them, I'm gonna take this spare tire carrier off and put this one on because I modified this. I have a video of that I can link, because you really can't see shit behind you with this tire on there. The other thing is, I don't know, this 4.3 is such a turd. It came out of that other Blazer when it was running fine and everything, but it is a dog. So I've got enough 5.3s laying around, maybe I'll end up doing this too. This is one little issue I ran into. These are the wires for the coolant temp sensor over on the driver's side cylinder head. It was going crazy. The temp was going all over the place on the gauge, and driving this thing, it was bucking all over like I didn't know how to drive. And so what I ended up doing was I just made my own little harness, a couple wires, already had pins all set up, just ran the harness over here. I don't know, it gets lost in here, but goes down to the coolant temp sensor and everything has been good. Maybe not the professional way to fix it, but it was by far the easiest. I also had a gigantic oil leak from that little oil cooler line. That's brand new China stuff. And I went through 6 quarts of oil before I had my, I don't know, it was probably like 2 weeks before I got the garage cleared out so I could bring this back in and fix it. It left evidence everywhere I went, like at work, at home. All right, this stupid thing is leaking oil like crazy. Let's see if we can figure out why. I cleaned everything off real good, and let's see where it comes from. This one I started pulling off to switch it over, but this sucker, all it does is spin, so I've got to tear the whole interior apart to get in there. And really, I've still got this whole Blazer to work on, get that solid axle swap done. I got a ton of stuff laying everywhere. I just haven't had any time to do it yet. But I have plenty of 5.3s, and this doesn't fit bad, you know? It's pretty decent, so I might end up doing that with the red one. It's not like the 4.3 is unbearable, but a 5.3 would be a lot better, and it would sound better. God, those 4.3s sound horrible. I didn't LS swap it because I got a ton of extra 4.3 parts laying around. I even got a whole 4.3 spare engine laying around. This is the one that was in that red Blazer. But, you know, 5.3, 5.3, 5.3, 5.3. I got plenty of stuff that I could put in there. I'm even taking this 4.8 out of the Beretta once the aluminum 5.3 goes in. The idea was not to fall in love with a winter beater, but it's probably already too late for that. This thing is cool. And being that I plan on this being like a 10-year winter beater, it wouldn't hurt to have a better engine in there for those 10 years, you know? And being an SUV, it is pretty handy for hauling around wheels and tires or kiddos. Okay, I got some S10 Blazer door pulls that are broke. You can see this one isn't so bad. That's not broke yet. That side's just tiny. Driver's side, of course, is garbage. So I started cleaning them up, getting all this foam out of here. Started here too. This was even more, but scratching it out of there, that's going to help with the JB weld that I'm going to use. I'm going to make some little steel brackets for this for reinforcement. Okay, JB weld's all done. I just buzzed these little spacers in, and that's the full extent of the ugly that, you know, nobody would see if I didn't put it on YouTube. Okay, so I'm switching this Blazer over from power windows to manual to make the doors more easily removable. Ground the top of the rivets off on this, got the thing out, but these are sort of captured, all 3 of them, which is kind of a pain in the ass. Gonna have to figure that out. And actually, another thing I see is the bolt pattern for like the regulator part is actually different. They're offset differently. So I'm gonna have to figure that out too. Rock Auto only had the driver side regulators in stock, so I got 2 of those. Figured I could probably just drill the motor out and swap them. So this one I'm going to have to mess with. That one I can just change the regulator if needed. Okay, I got the manual part out of the regulator, and it is a vastly different bolt pattern for this thing. And I think the easiest way to do that is just going to be to weld it in place. Perfect. Door pulls, rock solid. Crank windows, very nice. Unhooked, so now this door is easily removable. Busted garbage on the other side coming out. Bolts broken right out, like on everything at the junkyard. Nice, this window motor has already been replaced, so I don't have to drill out any rivets. All right, here we are, nice and solid. Window go up and down, very cool. Okay, one annoying thing with these Jeep mirrors is they just pivot on this one screw, so you got to adjust them every time. Sit in here and adjust it. So I'm fixing that by welding in this little tab that goes to the stopper on the hinge itself. Okay, now it's adjusted only for me, but I'm okay with that. So I ended up extending this mirror here with my coupler nut and a bolt because the dash sort of blocked my view from the driver's seat. And then it was wobbly, so I used a Harbor Freight extension as the brace here. Pittsburgh. This was one of those wobble extensions. I can't friggin' stand those things, so this is the best use I could think of.